Set?
Yep.
Go ahead.
Okay, I'll just kick it off, and I just want to thank you for being here, and especially thank my colleagues who are here standing with us all today. I'm incredibly humbled and thankful for their support as the Senate moves into a new era and a new phase. I look forward to working with Senate President Harriette Chandler, my colleagues, both Democrat and Republican, to ensure a respectful yet smooth transition as the year goes on, and we work forward to accomplish all of the bills, the budget, all of the Senate priorities. The Senate has been a leader in the state in progressive values and progressive ideas, and this will not change as the year goes forward under the leadership of all of us here and working together. And that is my hope. I mean, you hear so many stories of transitions and changes. I believe that we will come out stronger as individual senators and as a body together with that, and that is something that I will continue to strive for, working with all of my colleagues.
When do you expect to actually, do you want to make this transition now or in January? What's your planning in terms of
this is something I honestly haven't sat down with the Senate President to talk about this and colleagues. This is something that we need to have a respectful, smooth transition. People need to be together on this.
due respect, now you have you and the Senate President-elect, and it sort of creates a sort of almost a lame duck situation for the current Senate President. Wouldn't it be better if you have the votes now to transfer the power so the Senate can be working at full strength when you go into negotiations with the House?
I think this would not be the best time to transfer any kind of power. I think the point is that she has the votes. We know there's a great deal of certainty here now. There's not the uncertainty we've seen before. And so my hope is that we will continue to go along as we are. I hope to serve until the end of this term, and then we will transfer that power completely over to Senator Spilka as the new Senate President.
Do you agree with that timing, Senator Spilka?
Again, we will discuss the respectful, smooth transition. This is something that I think all of our members need to be a part of as well.
But as of right now, you
who will take over the Committee on Ways and Means?
Excuse me?
Have there been any discussions about who will lead the Committee on Ways and Means?
No, there has not. Currently, I am still the chair of the Committee on Ways and Means, and that's where it stands.
Do you anticipate being the chair throughout this budget process? Will you be on the conference committee on the June, July?
You know, I anticipate that. Yes, this is something. It happened, I think, a little bit sooner than folks anticipated. As you see, I have my colleagues here because this is something that needs to be discussed as we transition. But right now, Senate President is Senator Harriette Chandler, and I am the Senate President-elect.
Madam President, when you say it's your hope to serve until the end of the term, are you talking about the end of 2018, the calendar year, or just the end of formal sessions in July?
Well, that's, I think, something we have to talk about, but I think at this point, we'll have to see where things go.
So you would anticipate a normal January, but at this point you'd anticipate
Very definitely
a
normal January, the
vote.
normal, yes.
Well,
absolutely.
but a normal January vote for Senate President, and before then you don't.
But she has the votes already, so we know who that's going to be. So that should be not a problem for anybody. All right. I think we have to get to our session. Thank you very much.
Can you talk about what your priorities will be as Senate President whenever it is that you take over?
Well, I do want to say, and I'm proud to have my colleagues here, I think it's really important that we all work together. There has been a vision of leadership, empowering senators, and I want to build on that even further. I think it's important that we continue to build on the foundation, the groundwork that was laid. There are issues, and out of that, I believe that the Senate in Massachusetts can continue to be a leader, not only on policy in Massachusetts, but on the nation. And I think that's very exciting for all of us to be a part of here. And I do believe that there are issues that are critical before us. Again, I want to talk to my colleagues to hear their priorities, but we do know that we have issues of social justice, economic justice, income inequality, we have education, civil rights, transportation, global climate change, net neutrality. I mean, there are so many critical issues before us to tackle, and I really look forward working with my colleagues to tackle them in a progressive, comprehensive way.
Why do you think your colleagues selected you?
You'd have to ask some of them.
Well, how did you convince them?
By listening. My background is, I started out as a social worker. I was a mediator, did conflict resolution for many years. That is who I am. And I think that active listening really makes a difference and is critically important for any leader.
You talk about wanting to create certainty, but this whole arrangement seems to create a lot of uncertainty. The gavel could transfer to you next week or in January. This is just continuing the sort of drama that's played out here for a long time. How do you clarify that?
I don't think that there's drama. I think that this creates more certainty, and I believe that the members wanted to end this, turn the page, and usher in a new era, and let us focus on the people's work now. Work on the budget, work on the priorities of the members of the Senate, have an incredibly productive end of session, and move forward.
Thanks, guys. Any of the members here,
Session's
can anyone speak
Yeah.
to why the caucus coalesced around Senator Spilka in the past?
Well, we need to, I think she said it great. I mean, she has a background as a mediator. She listened. I think it says a lot that we have Senator DiDomenico standing next to Senator Spilka. I think they work together, and that's more power for both of them. I'm kind of proud that I'm serving in a Senate where the two of them are standing here together, saying that we are going forward as a team, all of us. I think that's something I haven't always seen in the past, and I think that's something we should be proud of Senator Spilka for achieving and Senator DiDomenico for being part of. So I think we say it all by this group here.
Thanks,
Have you
guys.
heard from the House leadership, from
Thanks,
the
guys.
Speaker since this news broke? Have you heard from the Speaker at all, about House leadership?
Yes,
welcoming you?
I've heard from a lot of people.
How did that go?
It went great. I know Bob from being in the House.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.